Hello, everyone, and welcome. We're the Smoking Dragons and Arch Average Dungeon Crawlers, and today is Legend of Arcadia, episode Althea, session 0. Let's go! And we have a biggest reveal. He is really a cat this whole time.
I'm still working out the bugs with some of like the eye capture and stuff.
I love it so
I got something cooking up, but this was one of the models that just came with the software.
What is that flying around
he has a
you?
little,
that is the watermark
girl.
because I have not paid for
okay.
the thing. I've got a green background set and I've chroma keyed the green out. I need to figure out if there's a way I can remove that watermark, or I'm just gonna have to like shell
You're
out
a cat.
like,
You don't have
$5
money.
or
It's
something.
Thank you for being
You don't
here
have
for
money, it's
his.
fine.
Thank you for being here for his VTuber model reveal, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm still working out some bugs on the eye track, and like right now I'm winking, but it thinks both my eyes are closed. Oh, there we go. Now it's got one. Oh no, never mind.
Zero's gonna be so pissed. He was really looking forward to seeing your face.
No, that's what he looks like. This is grand reveal.
Yeah, this is exactly what I look like.
He's a cat in the void. That's what
He's an
this is his life.
anthropomorphic cat.
It doesn't do squinting super well either. I still need to work out the kinks on that. But
his last job was Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh my god.
He was sailing the cat.
Bing. Oh, I was
Which way
thinking
is-
Binks. That's okay.
which way is the cat currently leaning? Because I need to see if I need to like mirror anything.
To your right.
To its
Yeah.
right? Okay. That's
Yeah,
good then.
it's right.
Now it's left.
Yep.
There's also apparently
okay.
hand tracking. I haven't figured that out yet.
Now it's upside down.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, I was adjusting my headset. So
Okay, I was like,
it freaked out.
He started headbanging.
But welcome everybody to session 0. We're gonna go ahead and go around the table and have everybody introduce their characters and say a small bit about yourself. Do not reveal your backstory completely. Leave that for the allure of the game, of course. And we do have quite a few new people to D&D here with us today as well. But we all saw episode Mythos for the most part. We see that never playing D&D doesn't mean anything, especially if your name is Chips Dubbo. So let's start with Ninjacles. Ninjacles, go ahead and start us off.
Hello, I'm Ninjacles. My character is Aregion Leifson. Leifson. I'm still not sure on the pronunciation. I'm an elf ranger, beastmaster. Yeah, I feel like keeping it more close to the chest with the story. It's all the same.
Fantastic, awesome. Scooter.
Yes, my role is that of Chordicus Tarkin. He is a 27-year-old tabaxi. Can I say my roles?
Like what class you are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is a tabaxi rogue thief with a little bit of a Robin Hood-esque quality to him, although he is haunted by a few key events in his past. He's also got a kick-ass silver fur.
Very nice. Looking forward to exploring that when we get to there. Mythos, why don't you go next?
Hi. The reason my screen name is not Mythos is because we don't want to be confusing. But my character is Gianna. She is an Asimir of a lock god that I cannot remember the name of because I was told to write it down and I tried to and I forgot. But Coriolis, that one.
So let me type that in chat for you.
Thank you, appreciate that. But she is a bard. She's totally from one of the good colleges, guys.
Fantastic. Biggest, why don't you take next?
Okay. Let's see. My character doesn't really go by his first name, but I guess since this is the crew of the ship, most of you would know it. First name is Áedgen, but he goes by just Aid for short. To those who knew him before, he basically left his previous life. That's a nickname that not many people would know or use, but usually goes by his family name of Sigib. Is a draconic bloodline sorcerer. Brass dragon, for those of you wondering, comes from his mother's line, and racially just a variant human. But he left basically his life in Cordova after the death of his parents, after basically being found almost serendipitously by the captain. I guess we have to reveal the captain's name, or can we? Are people going to know his name?
I will reveal the captain in just a moment.
Okay. But long story short, basically ended up like just incinerating the crew's current navigator in a street fight, and the captain kind of gave him an ultimatum. It's like, I like your style. You either join with us or you answer for icing a member. Well, not icing, I guess burning a member of my crew. And since he had really nothing else going for him after his whole life was ripped away, he decided to take up the pirate life.
Fantastic. And last but certainly not least, Sarge.
Hi. So I'm playing a sea elf gunslinger. Her name is Bainthaurel, but everyone just calls her Bane because that's way too long. She, like, short version, she's grown up on the docks, she's grown up on ships and stuff like that, so she kind of knows her way around. And yeah, she's hopefully gonna be good at damage.
And you are all part of the crew of one Captain Irving Valhalla, or as he's better well known as, Captain Lionheart. And again, you all know that he never goes by his first name. He hates it. And this, timeline-wise, for those of you who are wondering, takes place 9 days before the ending of episode Mythos. So we're looking at roughly around like main campaign episode like 13 or 14. So this currently goes back decently far in main campaign stuff. Yeah, so there are current world events that have not happened yet. So those may come into play as the story goes on. Those of you, if you know, you know. Yeah, so you guys will be on the ship, the Courage, which is captained by Captain Lionheart. And we will go over the Pirates Code of Althea. The Pirates Code of Althea has 15 articles. So starting with Article 1. All those who serve before the mast has a vote in affairs of moment, has equal title to the fresh provisions or strong liquors at any time seized, and may use them at pleasure unless a scarcity makes it necessary for the good of all to vote a retrenchment. So
we'll be getting a list of these.
Yes, I will be.
Okay.
I will be putting it. I will
That
be
was gonna
putting
be
it
my
into
question.
Discord.
Like furiously trying to note take this word for word.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, should I try? Should I try?
Article 2 reads, if any who serve before the mast shall desert the ship or their quarters in battle, he shall be marooned with 1 bottle of powder, 1 bottle of water, 1 small arm, and shot.
I don't have
3.
proficiency in guns.
It doesn't take much proficiency to shoot yourself in the head. That's the whole point.
I mean,
Or you just
have you
die
seen
of
how
thirst and
unlucky I
starving.
am? What if I missed that roll?
That's fair.
He doesn't have thumbs.
Article 3, no striking one another on board, but every man's quarrels to be ended on shore, at sword and pistol.
Wow.
So essentially,
Oh man, being a caster sucks.
the quartermaster is the one who handles who handles this endeavor. Quartermaster or captain, if lack thereof, quartermaster. Will accompany them to the shore. and they will start back to back 10 paces. If the pistol shot does not kill, then it comes to cutlasses, and it is then is declared the victor by who draws first blood.
Okay. Not to the
So,
death. Okay. I was about to say.
either you kill them,
Okay.
or whoever draws first blood, and then
Okay.
the matter is settled.
Okay.
Wait a minute, go over the
Make them
pistols
bleed
again.
their own blood.
Like if you hit them with the pistol but don't kill them, it still goes to swords.
Yes,
So I guess the blood from the bullets don't count.
correct.
Okay.
Article 4. The captain is to have 2 full shares. The quartermaster is to have 1 share and 1/2. The doctor, first mate, gunner, and bosun, 1 share and 1/4. All other crew members get 1 share of any prize taken. Article 5. All those who serve before the mast shall obey his commander in all respects, as if the ship was his own and as if he received monthly wages. Article 6. All those who serve before the mast shall keep his watch night and day, and at the hour of 8 in the evening everyone shall retire from gaming and drinking in order to attend his respective station. Article 7. If any who serve before the mast shall steal anything in the company or game to the value of a piece of 8, they shall be marooned or shot.
So if we're gonna steal, keep it small.
Yes.
Got
Steal
it.
like a toothpick or something.
Or don't get caught.
Or don't get caught. Article 8. All those who serve before the mast have the right to enact parley, in which no harm will come to them, and their terms will be heard, and they shall be returned from whence they came unharmed. Parley.
Ole.
Damn the one who thought of parley.
I believe that was the French.
Article 9. Killing a surrendered enemy is not allowed. If an enemy surrenders, you are to essentially leave them alive because, they made it so much easier for you to take your prize.
So how we feel on captives?
I'll say plus they could come in handy. So.
I
Like, can
mean,
we-
what
can
if
we, like,
nobody
ransom
noticed that
people?
they,
I mean, like-
Yeah,
surrendered?
that's what I was gonna say.
What's up, Sarge?
I said, what if nobody notices that they surrendered? Like, what if we're on our own and
Who's gonna testify?
I slipped? My finger trigger was happy. Finger
Oops, my
trigger.
finger slipped. Oops, my finger slipped.
Article 10. If any who serve before the mast shall lose a joint in time of an engagement shall have 400 pieces of 8. If a limb, 800 pieces of 8. So if you lose a finger, you get 400 pieces of 8. If you lose a arm, you get 800 pieces of 8.
Oh,
wow.
So pirates have better
a
healthcare
joint.
than the American healthcare system. Gotcha.
Oh,
Respect for it. Okay.
a
Okay.
limb. Okay. That's not what I was thinking of.
So what's the conversion rate between like pieces of 8 and gold? And, like,
I would consider them the same.
okay.
Like it's a gold piece. Article 11. All those who serve before the mast are to be treated as equals. We're very progressive pirates. Other articles of pirate code said no
Yeah,
women
quality
on board.
disability insurance. This is pretty good.
I mean, it's not too bad to be a pirate.
Medicar.
Medicar.
Great benefits.
Son of a bitch. Fucking Scooter.
How long until we're vested in the retirement fund? Like,
Sometimes you have to be grandfathered in.
401A through G.
Is there a
Good
nice
question.
retirement island that we get to go to?
So if we
That's
make it that long, that is.
Yeah.
Is that the one where you're left with 1 shot and 1 piece of water?
no, that's if you're a deserter. I assume there is like a retirement option.
So unless you're biggest, then you're screwed. You can't even shoot yourself.
Article 12. All those who serve before the mast shall never, under any circumstance, rob a person of their virtue by forcing them to do something vile they would never do of their free will.
Like dance.
Yes. Never force anybody to dance if they don't want to.
Pillage.
Can we make them leave their friends behind?
Well, of course, because if their friends don't dance,
Yeah.
And I
And
mean,
if they
it-
don't
They don't
dance, they're
dance.
no friend of
It-
mine.
they're
so.
no friend
Right?
of yours. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends on how attached they are to their friends behind.
Article 13. In times of great duress and imminent loss, the captain is to assure that their crew be taken care of before themselves. Article 14. All punishments otherwise not outlined prior within these articles shall be determined by the captain. Article 15. Anyone accused of any crime or violation of the code shall receive a fair trial before receiving punishment. And that
Wow.
is the Pirate Code of Althea.
So
Respect.
like what do they consider like a fair trial? Do we get like pirate lawyers or like?
Yeah.
Well, just like it outlined in Article 1, all those who serve before the mast have a vote in affairs of moment.
Okay, so it's just basically jury of the crew.
Okay.
Yes.
So
So-
group vote. Okay.
What if they are caught in the midst of what if they're caught in the act?
They would still receive a fair trial, although if they were caught in the act and they were witnesses, that trial will be over really fast. But it'll be fair though.
So just don't get caught.
And let's
Hey,
see.
can we just like paint that as the motto on the side of the ship? Don't get caught.
Don't
Don't
get
get
caught.
caught.
Let me see.
Like, you know, the king trying to make you pay taxes, just don't pay him. Don't get caught. Like smuggling cargo, don't get caught.
The courage, and under it the quote, "Don't get caught."
From our CPA, Wesley Snipes.
All right. Hopefully you should be able to read that. If not, I can send it to you guys. Literally just copied and pasted just into like a DM if you want, and we can pin it.
Oh, a .rtf file. Who uses those?
Me, because I use Notepad.
What's a notepad?
I'm pretty sure pirates would be familiar with the
It's a
concepts of
notepad?
paper.
I don't know. It feels like that thing. If you write people's name in it, they die of a heart attack or something. I'm not
Oh
sure.
no, that's a Death Note.
Death Note.
Right, my bad.
That's the other one.
Ah, yeah,
Gotcha.
we're well acquainted with the Shinigami.
Yeah.
My lost brother Light knows about that.
For some reason, if you guys don't have anything that can open rich text format files, like I think MS Office will do it, but if you don't have that, I would recommend LibreOffice. It's free and open source. So right.
Web browsers do it too.
Oh, web browsers still doing that? I never tried to open an RTF in a browser. I know they can do PDFs, so that shouldn't surprise me.
All right. So now that the pirate code is established, it's also kind of like a bit of, you know, understanding where we can go with the game as well. Obviously no SA sexual assault. That was clearly outlined in the code. But I'm not saying anybody would be guilty of this. I'm just being completely transparent. Just so there's no question. Nobody can say like, "Oh, I don't remember you saying that." Well, I did.
Looking at you, cat.
Hey.
Yeah, that cat shifty.
That little wink with
It wasn't me. That was the eye tracking software.
or
Yeah,
was
just blame it all. Just
or
blame it all on
was
the
it?
tracking
The eye
software.
tracking software has a Twitch.
What the hell is
Look,
eye
this,
tracking software?
This little pixie down there just whispers things in my ear sometimes. So
Tells you to burn things.
Also, as a side note, I lost No Nut November, by the way, guys. I had some almonds.
Oh,
Sorry.
Sorry,
I'm pretty sure Zoom has a breakout room feature, so I think I can send him to word jail. Give me a moment.
God, I thought I was bad.
I'm
Jesus.
just waiting throughout November to slowly see a terrifying mustache grow on my face for November. So the more we go, the more it's just gonna be mustache just slowly filling in.
2021
If it gets long enough,
November.
are you gonna like twirl it?
Oh, they're gonna say braided. I was like, hell yeah. That too.
That too.
That too.
I'm going to apologize in advance, Sarge. My character has an obnoxious British accent.
Oh, I love that.
Good. You're going to be
I'm
hearing
really
it a lot.
excited. I'm really excited. I love accents. I love it when people do character voices. Not saying that it's required, It's greatly appreciated.
Well, I mean, given where my character comes from and where the historic source is, mine shouldn't really have much of an accent.
Yeah.
I have to say, not to derail so early on here, but I can't access my character sheet for some reason. Like I go to it, and it's not letting me go in.
I feel like we've had this issue before.
Yeah, it was with me. You have to go in and edit it from, like, you have to go to the little profile, and then you have to go to the character, and then you have to either like click edit or you have to click view.
Or go to my characters and then view from there. Sometimes it works like that. Well, now that I did that bit, I do actually want more almonds. These are really good almonds. They're wasabi and soy sauce.
Oh, dude, I literally have the exact same bag of almonds like next to my desk. Hold on. Here, I'm going to open mine.
They are really good. These are like super good almonds.
Yeah, they're pretty great. I've also got like a bag of smokehouse ones, but I like these more.
While we're getting the character sheet thing set up, I'm going to get my first mate taken care of.
Aww.
And he's throwing all my dice, so I got to take care of that too.
What do you roll?
I'm a cat, so I just knock all mine off the desk.
Damn.
Yeah, it's just like it's showing my characters, and then it's showing join with character into that as an option, but it's like grayed out. It's very weird.
Are you able to view it though?
No, like I'm clicking on my character, there's even a little arrow there, and it's not letting me go to it for some reason. Should I try the app? Maybe it would work on there.
Yeah, I'd try the app. If it's not going to work on the site for you, then just do the app.
Okay. Here I was like, oh man, not gonna print my sheet out if I've got such ease of access to it. I should have printed it out.
I mean, no. The thing is that you'll be changing it so often. It's better just to do it digitally.
Yeah, rather than just have it scratched out and just have a bunch of like writing next to it constantly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll be doing a lot of erasing, and then you'll end up ripping the paper, and then it's just going to be a whole ordeal.
Yeah.
Trust me, as somebody who had written character sheets for one of the campaigns that we did, it was a nightmare.
Oh, God.
Which one was that?
GEO.
Oh yeah, because that was a homebrewed system, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I made the character sheets.
Really quick, just because I'm not entirely sure. So, like, what does a piece of gold equate? Just for the hell of it, what does a piece of gold like equate to in like our currency? Like, how much would that be? How much would that be worth for like an American
dollar? Well, I mean, D&D just like as a meme has like a famously broken economy.
Like very profitable.
Yeah, like I've seen things like, like a peasant makes a gold piece with like a year's worth of wages, but it's like 50 GP to like buy a piece of armor. I don't know what Rico's gonna do with this world, but like
I would say like a copper would equate to like $10.
Okay.
So 1 silver would be 100, and 1 gold would be like $1,000.
Damn.
I'm 40% copper.
Yeah. Something that might help as well, like if you I mean, are we gonna actually like follow the value like in the descriptions of the items, or are they gonna? We're not gonna.
I will be assigning value for the most part.
I was about to say, like, if you have any equipment in your inventory, you can maybe see what the value is. Like I start with a light crossbow that is worth 25 GP, but if Rico's going to be assigning value, then disregard.
So
sorry, what are we doing?
How would that actually work for me being
economy?
Being like a caster, because like some of my spells do specifically mention a value for. I mean, I don't have any equipment now that would need it, but like if it says like, oh, I must have a diamond worth 50 GP, like
you need a diamond worth 50 GP.
Okay, so we'll still be following that.
Yeah. For like spell components, I will keep with like the hard, hard valued things.
Okay, note to self: do not pick a chromatic orb. It doesn't consume it, at least. Any of you guys got a diamond?
No, I don't think anybody has a diamond.
We are pirates. We could find one.
So
It's
when
prune
it comes to the game, what are things that you are completely uncomfortable with and don't want to explore on or anything? Is there anything off limits when it comes to stuff that happens?
I don't have anything personally.
Okay.
Well, can't
Nothing
think of
that I
anything.
haven't already outlined as
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
I may have one. I doubt this will ever come up throughout the campaign. But if
Mhm.
there's ever a possibility of a blood moon, ever at all,
Mhm.
Chordicus might have a little bit of PTSD, to put it.
I'm talking about like personal, like as in like player personal, not character personal.
Well, oh, okay.
Yeah, like does Scooter have any
Yeah,
lines in the
anything
sand?
goes.
Yeah. Like again, like I had already outlined, like no sexual assault, like nobody's gonna go around, doing stuff with people. I'm not gonna say it because because reasons. But yeah, nobody's gonna go around doing
Okay,
any of that.
okay.
But is there any other lines that need to be drawn in the sand right now? It's good to get that out of the way now so that we know and nobody, and that way nobody fucks up later on. And everybody has a good time. That's the most important thing.
I'm good.
Fuck me up, fam.
All right. Good to know.
Make us ugly cry.
Put that on the side of the ship too. Fuck me up, fam.
Fuck me up, fam.
Don't get caught. Fuck me up, fam.
Don't get caught. Fuck
There's
me
my
up.
line.
Perfect. Okay. So when it comes to actually getting into the game and role playing, it does get very difficult when we are over the internet because there's latency issues and stuff like that, and sometimes we might talk over each other. So just keep mindful of trying to look at kind of like social cues, because you can generally kind of tell when somebody's about to talk, and like if you both happen to speak up, like let one of you go first, so and then move along with that, and we should have a good time when it comes to that. Shouldn't be any problems. I don't see any issues coming up when it comes to that, but just nobody's trying to interrupt anybody. It's just latency. Latency is a huge thing. It's much easier to play physically at a table with everybody there, but obviously because everybody's so far off in different spots, can't do that. So this is what we do instead. So be mindful of everybody else. Make sure everybody else has time to shine. Try to give equal spotlight. It's not the me show. It's everybody, and we're all collaboratively telling the story together. Again, I'm only talking about basic stuff because we do have new players, but I know I've already just by talking with everybody in this group already, it seems like we all kind of understand this. This is mostly just like common sense stuff. And again, I reward creativity when it comes to playing. So if you come up with a batshit crazy idea that's completely out of left field, then I'm all for it usually.
Just don't break his puzzles, or he'll blow your friends up.
Aww.
Those of you who
Or
have
one out for Ron.
already seen me DM know that I'm a rule of cool type DM. As long as that's not taken advantage of, we're copacetic. So I'm nice, but if I have to, I will, put the fear of God into everybody. The dragons have me this close to just TPKing the entire team. But I mean, hey.
Quick note. I'm sorry if I keep running off screen. My first mate is testing my patience. And he keeps getting on the back of the couch and almost falling off, and it just
completely okay.
If I run off at any point, it's not because I'm like bored or done. It's because this child is.
I assumed child.
I just want
not.
to put it out there just to make sure that everyone knows. Really, I'll be right back.
Wow.
This is
Here I was thinking it was my fault.
Temporary poltergeist.
Yeah.
So
Spooktober's over.
So I went to that app,
More ghosts.
and it's just showing authenticate. Like, I don't know where the hell I go from here. I really didn't think this was going to give me this trouble, by the way. I'm really sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine.
You app or browser?
App. I'm in the Beyond app. It's just showing authenticate, and it's showing like all my all the people I follow on Twitch for some reason, because that's how I went ahead and authenticated it.
Did you finish the login process?
Yeah.
That is strange. I've not heard of this problem before.
I have not installed the app yet, so.
I've got the app open and the browser, and both are working well. Do you have cookies disabled?
I just authorized it now. Okay, now we're looking all right. Now we're looking all right.
Yeah, cookies don't last very well on a ship.
Now how
cookies don't keep.
Now how do I get to the character from here?
There should be a little. There should be like a line of stuff on the bottom. Hold on, let me pull up the app. And it should say characters.
Okay, yep. On gameplay. Okay. Hey, perfect. There's the character sheet.
Awesome. We figured it out.
Very cool. Yeah, if you have to somewhat hold my hand through that, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Very green.
I'm not. I'm 100% patient when it comes to that stuff, because I know this is new, and it takes some time to learn it.
But exciting. Very exciting, though.
Very exciting. I'm really excited for this group.
Technical difficulties are on brand anyway.
Do it live. Wait, so it's Valinar Wood Elf, correct?
Yes.
Like, that's how you say that? Valinar? Okay. Just want to get that pronunciation right. So I keep wanting to say Valinar for some reason.
So is there any questions you all have for me? And we can go into further detail depending on what needs to be addressed and stuff like that.
I don't know if you're going to go over this later, but aside from the sick paint job, what is our ship like?
Yeah.
It is. I originally had said it was a brigandine, but I changed it to a galleon.
Galleon, okay. I was
It is
just
a galleon. It is a galleon ship with 2 rows of guns, one on an upper deck and one on a lower deck.
Nice.
Like on the top deck, like exposed, or like only through ports?
Only through ports.
And do we?
So what I'm hearing is you've got space for more guns.
Yes, technically, you could have a 3rd row of guns on the top deck if you wanted.
You guys want to go steal some guns? That's what I'm asking.
They'll never know.
Is the ship easily recognizable to others?
The Courage, absolutely. Captain Lionheart is one of the, I guess you could say, pirate lords.
Mm-hmm.
He is one of many pirate lords. Most of the time when you hear tell of like pirates being like kind of like asshole-ish, those are like the newer pirates who, don't know the code that well, and they're very green, And usually what Captain Lionheart likes to do is he likes to find those pirates and teach them how to be pirates. He's very heavy-handed with it though. Like he'll fuck them up. He'll have so that's a lot of what you guys will also be doing as part of his crew. You'll be fucking up other pirates who are, not adhering to the code. So
Nice.
Captain Lionheart is more of like an enforcer of the code. The code, however, was written by two pirates specifically, Captain Lionheart being one of them, and the other being Captain Green Eye, who is a very prominent pirate in these areas. Don't know if you've ever heard of him before. You probably have.
I heard he has a pretty cool first mate.
Yeah, his first mate received his name in battle. And that's what he has everybody call him. If you know, you know.
Do we want to try to link backstories at all?
Yes, that is another thing. If you all want to link backstories, already with talking with Ninjacles and Biggest, kind of already I started the link between both your backstories, since you two are the longest standing crew members on the ship. With Ninjacles, with Aregion being a 15-year member of the crew, which would essentially make him first mate on the ship, and with Sigib being a 14-year crew member. Sigib
I thought we were
taken
going
place,
like 12.
Oh, 12.
'Cause didn't we say my character joined at 16? So it'd be 12 years.
Oh yeah, you're correct. So yeah, 12 years, but Sigib has obviously taken the place of the navigator of the one he fried. And the other crew members, Chordicus, Tarkin, being only 5 years, I believe we discussed.
Yes.
And Bane being 2 years, and Iris being roughly about a year.
I think it was a year to 2 years, so like a year and a half.
Yeah, so Bane and Iris joined the crew roughly around the same time.
Random question. Are there
yes.
any like NPC like crewmates, or are we expected to like man a ship with 6 people?
There are NPC crewmates. A lot of them are just regular like crewmen. And let's see. I don't think we discussed roles for
that was gonna be my question.
For Cord, Bane, and Iris. I believe we discussed any specific roles you'd be taking on the ship, such as like bosun, quartermaster, or doctor. I would assume, because Iris is the only one who has healing spells, that Iris would default as doctor.
Okay. Oh, wait, I'm the only one that has healing spells?
I'm a
Yes.
sorcerer. I do damage.
Everyone be nice to the healer.
I have some
Oh yes,
utilities.
you'll
I
have
have
to
some
be
pretty.
very nice to me.
I've got some pretty neat utility stuff too. But yeah, I'm mostly here for just burning things.
Didn't I say something about how you'd pretty much be the group leader? I double down on that now.
I
double
do
down.
believe so, actually.
I double down.
Nobody fucks with the white mage.
Exactly.
I'm a red mage, thank you very much.
I mean, you heal, so it
Okay,
still works.
So what is the crew roles then, or you're still going over it?
So Aregion would be the first mate.
Okay.
Sigib would be the navigator, Iris the doctor, which leaves the bosun, which I think Sigib also kind of takes over a bit as bosun with his abilities as well. But to have an actual bosun as well would be good, and quartermaster. I would say as third longest standing crew member, I would say Cord would probably take quartermaster.
I mean, would that be an elected position amongst the crews? Like he'd be somebody we trust, so we'd allow him to oversee a lot of the material wealth of the ship.
Somebody you trust ironically based on his current affliction.
Mm-hmm.
Because the black and white is
Not just-
more than
it's-
just a visual thing.
It's more than just to disguise the fact that my walls look like crap. I guess I'll reveal this now. Chordicus.
Yeah, only
Right.
Patreon people get to see this, so they get
Yeah.
a little bit of inside
Okay.
information. So,
Chordicus, in his previous exploits, served on another ship under Captain Afton Dragon. I mean, I might as well go through this since I had it wrote out. I put it in my description last night. Tabaxi rogue thief, no memory of his mother, died shortly after giving birth. Cord was part of a litter, but wherever, whenever.
you don't have to reveal
Okay,
absolutely
okay.
everything, but
Okay.
essentially, specifically, what Scoot is trying to say is
He's a cat filter too.
well,
No, there was an incident with Captain Dragon that resulted in me being cursed with dual achromatopsia.
essentially,
Yeah.
they gave him the black spot.
And I am only seen in black and white, and people can only perceive me in black and white until this curse is lifted.
So Chordicus is essentially afflicted with what's called the black mark. It is a visual curse that really doesn't, afflict like health or anything like that, but it lets people know that they are not to be trusted. So ironically, Cord is elected quartermaster, even given his current state, because the captain trusts him. So if the captain trusts him, there must be a reason for it. And again, the one who gave him the black mark is known as Captain Grimm.
That's what I said, Dragon. I was referring to his
Yeah,
name. So
his
it's
actual name.
It's implied that Captain Lionheart knows the circumstances behind how I was given the black mark.
And those of you who know of the pirates know that Captain Grimm is the only dragonborn. He's a black dragonborn.
Yeah.
He's the only dragonborn in the area, at least that's a pirate. There are other dragonborn, but they are extremely rare to find outside of Solaris.
And I don't know if anybody picked up on this, but kind of made a little gesture when Sigib mentioned that he was draconic.
Draconic
Just a little.
bloodline. I'm still a human.
Yeah, well, it's just a little nuance there.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, I do
all.
speak Draconic because of it.
So not to be pedantic, but with that black mark, does that mean anything that Chordicus is holding will be in black and white, or is that only affecting stuff that
No,
he hands
No,
on himself?
anything he's
personal.
holding will be perceived in color. It's literally every inch of him
yeah.
is black and white, and he can only see in black and white.
His perception thing. Okay.
What about what he wears? Is the
So-
stuff he wears?
It's part of him technically, so it would kind of. This is where it gets a little finicky.
Here's I put an example of this in the other. If there was to be blood splatter upon someone's face, I would not know it was necessarily blood. It would just be some really dark gray substance to me.
Oh.
Glad you're not the healer.
Which again, after that would leave Bosun to Bane.
Okay, Bosun is Bane. Okay, and what was that for Iris again? I'm sorry.
Doctor.
Doctor. Okay.
So those are the general like big roles on a ship, and then there's also like
I imagine being like a crew, like anyone could be called up to assist with any particular task. It's just like that's who is responsible and has to say. So like, it's like if the doctor's like, "Hey, I need you to hold this dude down," well, I saw his leg off. Like, we're gonna hold the dude down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, like even Bane, while repairing the ship, can call Sigib and be like, "Hey, freeze the water in this hole to stop it from."
Yeah, well, two of my cantrips are control flames and control water. And basically the water, anything within like a 5-foot cube, I can manipulate. I can freeze it, I can change the flow, things like that. So like if there's a hole in the ship, just turn it into an ice plug and it lasts for like an hour. So like I can basically like in the moment assist with things like that. And I figured picking up that cantrip would make sense if I've spent the last 12 years on a pirate ship.
No need for
Or
a
like
litter
control
box.
flames. It's like, oh hey, like I can extinguish flames, or I can make them spread farther. So like, hey, this dude's carrying a torch. Let's just like light him on fire. So like spread the flame from the torch, in 5 feet away from that. So I've got the ability to manipulate things like that. So it's not a long-term solution, but it's helpful in the moment.
It'll be enough that we could patch it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very on the fly maintenance, man.
But also as a main thing, this will be my first time ever doing ship to ship combat. Since there will be a bit of that for sure. There will also be moments where you guys will be on land. But yeah, it'll be my first time ever doing ship to ship combat. So I hope you all will be patient with me when it comes to that. Still trying to get all that situated. Luckily, we still have a couple weeks before session 1 for me to read up on that. The first half of preparing for this was, making sure my pirate knowledge is all well and good. And now the next half is, the mechanical portion of it when it comes to D&D.
And if anyone wants to like brush up on some, just like nautical terms and things like that, like Wikipedia honestly does have some decent stuff. But like in real life, like I have like a small like 14-foot sailboat that I'll just take and sail on the lake for fun. And I always tell people the hardest part about learning how to sail is learning the lingo. Like it's conceptually very simple. Once like, oh, the sail is basically like, think of it like a wing. So like as air flows around it, it basically generates lift on the sail. And that's what propels you. That's why you can go kind of upwind, but you can't go directly upwind. So like once you just kind of like just figure out that core mechanic in your mind, like it becomes like almost kind of intuitive to like actually sail a boat. It's like it's not like difficult. It's just like ships are big and there's a lot of lingo.
Yeah. Well, like the terms for the boat too, like direction wise, right? It's like starboard, port.
Yeah, starboard is on
stern.
the right, port is on the left, bow is the front, stern is the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
And
say
there are also
astern,
some more,
right? When something's behind you. I think that's
Yeah.
the proper terminology.
yeah, and there are also like some more like contextual lingos. Like you would say, like depending on which way the wind is coming from, a side of the ship would be considered like the lee side, like the side away from the wind. So, but like, they'd say like, like in this condition, don't be like on the lee side of the boat, or like don't be a lee, which means opposite the wind. It's like there's some
Okay.
contextual stuff like that, but like and I suppose it's going to depend on like how deep Rico wants to dive into it. But
Yeah, if you can send me any of that too, I'd really appreciate it because I'm all for that. I'll eat that up.
Yeah, that'll definitely help within the role play if everybody is on the same page when it comes to that stuff. So definitely brush up on your ship lingo, your pirate lingo, because I want this to be as as immersive an experience as we can get. Again, the main point is for everybody to have fun, and as long as everybody's having fun, I know that I'm doing my job right. And
Oh,
It'll be
sorry.
very
no,
piratey.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, thinking of fun, I know someone said it just kind of offhand about making shanties. I did make one.
You did.
I
You'll
did.
You'll have to put it in our text chat so we can learn
Okay.
it.
I can do that. I'm
It'll be
planning on
difficult to sing with latency. But we can.
Oh yeah,
try.
it would be maybe some kind of like call and response would work, but even still there'd be like an awkward silence between the lines.
It'd be a joyful disaster. No, I'm sure it'd be fine.
It could work as a call and response because, like, I mean, obviously I'm the bard, so you're gonna have to hear me sing at some point. What songs do the deaths sing when traveling across the water? Hi ho, let's pillage, maim, and slaughter. The siren song, it calls to me from Davy Jones's locker. Hi ho, let's pillage, maim, and slaughter. I saw her not 2 weeks ago, the beauty of Death's daughter. Hi ho, she'll drag you straight down under. Her song has come upon my ears, and now I am her martyr. Hi ho, for Jones's last we slaughter, and that's it.
That's really good.
That was wonderful.
That's really good.
Thank you. I will put it in the checks chat, and now you know the basic. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it could work as a call and response, like if someone sings the first 2 lines and then everyone else sings the second 2, because those are the 2 easier lines to remember anyways.
We should
Yeah,
put all
there
that
might-
on the side of the ship too.
The
The whole thing,
all the
line for
lyrics.
line.
The whole ship is just going to be like covered in writing.
And in small writing, it's just going to say "Courage," the actual name of the ship.
In the fine print.
It's missing like a
parentheses.
letter. It's like hanging off.
No, see that's how we get advantage when we attack other ships. They're too busy reading.
Hey, that's a good song.
That's so good. I love that.
I thought it up, like I was inspired like right after like it came up, and I was like, okay, I gotta do it, and so I did.
I love
One
it.
could say bardically inspired.
Oh, it's like it's D&D.
That's gonna be a thing with us all on this ship going, hey! We're doing the finger guns, hey!
My fucking beard art, it.
I posted it to the chat.
I should make finger guns the component for like my firebolt. If I ever just want to shoot somebody, just finger gun them.
I thought you were gonna say that's the ours insignia is just finger guns. It's on the mast.
Got it.
Yeah, like, do we
attempting-
fly a flag or anything like that?
Yeah, I was gonna ask
you
about
do
the flag.
you do fly a flag, and when you guys do take over like a merchant ship, like the way pirate ships work, they don't openly advertise they're pirates. That would make it very difficult to catch prey. They look the ship looks just like any normal ship until you fly the black, which is the black flag. So no, I'm sorry. So essentially, when the captain will probably ask, like, raise the black. That means that now we're hunting, and
We're
it's like
cracking.
it gives the other ship either an opportunity to raise a white flag, or they'll turn and fire. In which case, you do what you do, and then you board, and then you take the ship. But if they raise the white flag, you go aside, you board, you take all their stuff, and you leave them as they go.
Part of the code.
Part of the code. And so, okay, now I kept going with my thought. Now, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I'm just really eager to link backstories. That's all.
So, okay,
Maybe do we want to go in just like order of having joined the crew, and that way we'll know kind of where each kind of like comes in and meets the other.
sounds like a good idea.
So going like order from oldest to newest, I guess.
Yes. So that would start with you,
Yeah.
Aregion.
I cannot find my backstory. Where is my backstory on here? There we go.
Such a mess.
There we go. Yep.
You're
Yep.
behaving a lot like me. I'm usually the hot mess.
Yeah. Oh well. You too, eh? These pirates, just big jokesters, really. Oh, there it is. Wait, I think. No. Okay. Well, I'd had a similar experience because I've been around for 15 years at this point. I'm actually 369 years old.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. That's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I I didn't work out any of the. I mean, I'm sorry. I've erased it from my memory. I've repressed it. It's not that I never knew it. I swear. But I had a similar experience, like Cord. That hope you don't mind if I call you Cord.
What he goes by.
No,
The
please do.
but I had a similar experience.
Like he's got to get a chicken familiar at some point, right? Call it the Mayhen.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that zoom in it did on the cat just scared the shit out of me.
I was scratching my forehead, and I think it didn't know what to do.
That was like an unexpected jump scare almost.
The Mayhen.
What if I get like really close to it? Like, what does it do?
But,
Okay, that's about it.
but yeah,
Big fat butt.
in the 15 years before, I'd had some crews. Nowhere I really belonged. The last one I had was pretty solid. They were pretty solid. I thought I was living the dream. And then they turned to a little more against the code, so to speak. So I went to shore and never came back. And yeah, that was, I don't know. 15 years ago, obviously. I was with them for, so I came to this land, is it 30 years ago, I believe?
You ran from the cleansing.
Ran from the cleansing, yep.
Which when Althea was settled 100 years prior. So
from the village of Midora, yeah.
Midora, yes.
Yeah.
So
is that on the main continent?
That is on the main continent.
Yes. Yes.
You pull up the map.
Yeah, Midora is on the main continent, and it is in Cordovan territory.
Yeah.
It's part of the kingdom of Cordova.
Oh, where in Cordova? Oh, I've still got the map popping up.
It's close to
okay, I see western edge.
Yeah, the western edge, bordering the Arbora forest. And I know there are others who have also there is at least one more who was around during the time of the cleansing.
100 years ago at this point, correct?
Yes, 100 years ago at this point.
Okay.
And there are also some who are aware of current going-ons on the main continent. There's a lot of possibilities to intersect with current people. I would say out of all of you, the most difficult to link backstories with would probably be Cord. Probably be the most difficult one since he is the youngest character. So
yes,
but and then Sigib is the next youngest at like what, I guess 28.
Yeah, because I mean, my character is human, so
yes.
Humans.
hey, variant human.
I'm definitely cool with that, by the way. Definitely on board.
With a little bit of dragon in there somehow.
Somewhere down the line. Somewhere down the line, someone fucked a dragon, and you know.
It's probably a bard.
Most likely. You know them bards.
The only one's charming enough.
Damn straight.
Oh, what's that snack? Oh, that's the
nuts? The wasabi soy sauce almonds.
The snack is me. I'm the bard.
Fair enough.
Yes, you are.
I'm looking like a whole meal.
Ooh.
Oh,
Get that snack out of here, yeah.
And a side of beef.
Where's
got
the
some
beef?
good cake.
Then I guess
My mother worked on that.
What languages does Ninjacles' character speak?
Speak. Let's see. Giant.
Elvish, I assume.
Yep, giant. Dwarven. It is Dwarven, not Dwarvish, correct?
Dwarvish.
Okay.
Big button.
Dwarvish, Dwarven, potato.
And I feel like there is one more.
Common, I assume.
Where do I see?
Everybody,
Yes,
everybody
uncommon.
Undercommon.
Undercommon. Thank you. I believe those are my 3. I believe. Let me see.
And
Does
then
he
and
also speak
including
Elvish?
including Elvish
Yeah.
and Common.
The 3
So
out.
common,
Yeah.
Elvish, Dwarvish, and did you say giant?
Giant
And Undercommon.
Yeah, and undercommon.
Okay, he speaks a lot.
Okay, I speak a lot more than I
I mean,
thought.
he is 300 something years old, so I guess he's
Yeah.
had time.
Just a
He's
bit.
had time to learn.
I just think it would be neat to like know what all each other's characters speak, because like my character also
Yeah.
speaks Elvish, is
Oh.
one of his. So like if
Um,
I ever needed to say something to Ninjacles, like
That
or
no
I
one
guess our
else could
characters
tell.
our
Maybe.
characters needed to say something amongst ourselves that we don't want others to know about, it would be
Yeah.
good to have that that knowledge.
For sure.
I speak Celestial in common, but that's all I've really got.
Where do you see languages? Where are languages? I don't see that on here.
Under
I know in your
features,
features and traits, but it doesn't
traits.
have all mine
Ra-
listed in there.
Yeah, racial under the racial traits sub tab.
And mine doesn't have all of mine in there because I've got some from some other sources aside from just the racial trait. Because like being a draconic sorcerer, mine will speak draconic, but that's not included in there because that's not part of being just Baron human.
I just look at the
proficiencies in languages. There we go. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying the same thing. You're fine.
Yeah, common, Elvish, giant, undercommon. I do not speak Dwarvish, turns out. I'm a liar.
Oh, okay.
I just aspire to it.
That's the next language he's trying to learn is Dwarvish.
Yeah, for sure.
He's
One of these
conversational
days.
in Dwarvish.
One of these days. I like the beards. I want to learn the language. You know, God, that cat scared the shit out of me. When the head tilted, it scared the hell out of me.
Well, I turned my head to look at my other monitor and like leaned forward a little bit, and I guess that it did not know what to do with that information.
Had a spasm. I am learning more how to use this too, so that's awesome.
And Bane, what languages do you speak again?
I speak obviously common and undercommon, Elvish, Aquan, and Thievescant.
And I know Cord also speaks Thievescant, just being a rogue, and get that ability.
And draconic.
And Draconic.
Oh, mine are common, draconic, elvish, and undercommon.
Okay, I was about to ask the rest that you speak as well. Okay.
So Sigib could technically have a private conversation with everybody except for Iris. Because Iris is the only one that speaks Celestial.
Don't you
was
dare
when
piss Iris off, though.
Yeah, that was one I
Only
did
you.
consider, but I went with elvish instead.
Oh, nice. Totally works for us. And I'd assume Bane as well.
And it kind of made sense with like where my character came from and his backstory. Just like there's elves that live nearby.
So Elvish is just straight up like across the board. There's no like cross.
There are certain dialects of
Okay.
Elvish, but
It'd be mutually intelligible, I guess.
Yeah, nothing that would like completely confuse or belabor understanding.
You get the gist of what they're saying.
Yeah, you get the gist of what they're saying.
Okay, cool.
Like the difference between American English and Australian English and British English.
Yes.
Okay.
Elvish has left the building.
I feel as if you all should know. I only know 2 languages because I've lived with my mother most of my life and my father for a bit. So that's all I've really got. I'm pretty enough to not have to speak to people to get what I want.
I love it.
I respect it.
Amazing.
Oh, no, there's a feature in here I think as well where we can make our character sheets like public to where anyone with the link can see it. Should we do that and like share the sheets with each other just so we can reference them?
I've already taken a look at Aregion's sheet as well. They're accessible to everybody if you go look at the characters.
Yeah, everybody should be public. Just
like if we hit the okay, I see. We can hit campaign.
Oh, we can hit the campaign. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that'd be something we had to manually turn on.
Where
Okay.
are you seeing that at?
I'm on the browser, so it's kind of in the top right, like above my HP and everything.
Oh, my campaigns. Here we go.
So
also as a note, I have the speak languages or tongues spell as well, so I can still talk with
sweet.
everyone.
yeah, if need be.
Oh wait, that wouldn't let you speak to animals, would it?
No, that's specifically
That's
speak with
different, yeah.
animals.
Okay.
Or meow meow.
I would say when looking at somebody else's character sheet, do not read too much into their backstory because there are some
Oh, but you can even
stuff
see
in
like
there.
the notes.
Yeah, you can see everything on that sheet.
Have
okay.
fun.
Backstory is on my
I
I
was just
won't be
thinking, like,
delving into any backstory
See,
stuff.
I was just thinking it'd be a good idea, like if you guys wanted to see what was on my spell list. Like that seems like something you guys would know, being part of the crew. Like
Yeah, there are
what I can and
there's
can't do.
some general information that you all would know about each other, and whether you would be comfortable sharing certain aspects about yourself. There are other things that other people would not be comfortable sharing about themselves due to certain backstory elements that I already know, obviously.
I think as long as we don't really go into the notes section, we'd be okay.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, don't go into the description or notes section. Just keep with like the main parts of the sheet. Like you can go actions, spells, features, and traits and stuff like that. But other than that,
I like to talk about my past crew. That's all I know. That's my big no-go.
It doesn't actually have the option for me to go on a backstory tab when I open someone else's right now. Like
Oh,
it only has
interesting.
actions, inventory, features, and traits and extras. It doesn't have anything about backstory or anything.
Oh,
No,
that's cool.
You
It's
can't
good
even
that-
see my spell list.
I can see like your spells and your like weapons and stuff, but if I tried to go look for like your physical description or like any specific like backstory things that you've written, there's not a tab for that.
Oh,
that I
that's
can see.
cool. That's good. At least D&D Beyond does that. Wow, D&D Beyond is such a great app. I wish
I've
they
never
did
actually
something
used
this
it
is
before
really
this.
cool. This is
I've
really
never used it
cool.
before this.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
See? There's a tab for that.
To me, I can see everybody's things
Yeah.
because I'm the DM. So I automatically see everybody's everything.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I
I
just
might-
opened up a second one just to be safe, and yeah, it doesn't let us.
Awesome. Good to know. I didn't know that beforehand. So now I know.
I might stick more to just mine for now, just for like the sheer like not overwhelming myself. But I will check in on other things. Is that pretty common where like others will check like
No.
other stuff like that?
Yeah.
It's not
Nobody-
it's not
yeah.
super common.
You don't want to get
but
too
it's-
like
Yeah.
That's
Meta
what I'm
knowledge.
saying. Yeah, I don't want to like delve too much and then like
I mean,
But
then
I
again,
mean,
I feel
so-
like
I'm not
you've been on the
against
crew
it.
15 years. I've been on the crew 12 years. Like I'm pretty sure you know what I can do. Like when it comes to lighting people on fire. Like
yeah.
Yeah, Sigib is very much Bernie hurt.
And I was totally
Literally
welcoming
all
of you
my
for the
event-
record.
literally all of my offensive spells are fire based.
Yeah, I was totally
Like,
welcoming
I
of
mean,
you, even with that potential.
it's my draconic bloodline. I've got the elemental adept feat, so like I figured I'm just gonna focus and just maximize it. I guess if
So
we do
does
run
that
into
mean-
something that's immune to fire damage, I'm gonna be shooting it with a crossbow. But
Does that mean that you can make it so that you don't burn the ship or crewmates, or
Um,
is that going to be something that we're going to have to watch out for? Like, don't step in front
with
of Sigib.
control flames specifically, if I read the spell, I can choose a non-magical flame. That's important. That you can see within range that fits within a 5. Why am I so tiny?
Wow.
That's what I was about to say.
Okay.
What the hell
Just
is this cat
weird.
doing? What
Okay.
the hell?
Okay, but you can instantaneously expand the flames 5 feet in one direction, provided that wood or other fuel is present in the new location. Instantaneously extinguish the flames within the cube, and it's a 5-foot cube basically, so 60 square or cubic feet, if I'm doing my math right. I might not be. No, I'm not. No.
Math is hard.
Yeah. I mean, it's fire. It's not like we're gonna have to like measure out like a volume of fire. The water would be important though. But
I think like as leveling up, you could choose like a meta magic where you can sculpt spells.
I think so.
And-
The 2 meta magics I have selected are Quicken Spell and Twin Magic.
I mean, those are the obvious choices.
Yeah.
If I'm being completely honest.
But I can extinguish flames within a 5 cubic area. double or halve the area of bright light and dim light cast by the flame, so I can increase like the amount of light it gives off. Change its color or both. Would last for an hour. Cause simple shapes such as the vague form of a creature or inanimate object or location to appear within the flames and animate as you like. Lasts for an hour. So like I can extinguish non-magical fire basically. That'd be about it.
That's gonna be handy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like I've picked a decent bit of utility stuff. Like I've got the control water, which is very similar to mage hand. So basically just a flying hand that can do my bidding. Yeah, the shape water, also a 5-foot cube. Instantaneously move or otherwise change the flow of water as you direct up to 5 feet in any direction. It doesn't have enough force to cause damage. Cause the water to form into simple shapes and animate in my direction for an hour. Change the water's color or opacity. It must be changed in the same way throughout. Lasts for an hour. Or freeze water, provided that there are no creatures in it. It freezes for an hour. So I can manipulate basic flames and fire. Because I figured those would be good utility to have.
Do you still have to go through your backstory? Sorry, or like what led up to you joining the ship, like the timeline? I know we were still doing that.
But yeah.
As much as the character would feel comfortable sharing with the rest of the crew, I leave that up to you. Try not to dump out your entire backstory to everybody.
Yeah.
Let it also be kind of like figured into the story as well. Because I'm also trying to use everybody's backstories to shape a narrative that will touch on those different pieces of your backstory as well.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I guess kind of like Ninjacles' character, like you said, your guy doesn't talk about his past too terribly much. Mine doesn't either. I suppose. I guess you guys would probably have just know or heard in conversation by this point. Like his mother died when he was about 8 years old to disease. Father died when he was about 16. Executed for a crime he did not commit, so has a little bit of a distrust for authority. And basically, every family and the life he had was basically taken away from him in Cordova, and that's why he basically signed up and joined, Captain Valhalla. I guess at least Ninjacles would know this, and I guess the others would have heard it being on the crew. But basically, just kind of like a street brawl gone wrong. Ended up just incinerating the crew's current navigator. Bit of a prick, so it's not like the rest of the crew really missed him that terribly much.
Can't confirm. Bit of a prick.
So the captain basically said, I like the cut of your jib, pun intended. You can you can join up with us, and you're gonna replace the navigator you just fried, or you can basically answer for killing a member of the crew, because we can't let that go unanswered for. So basically just kind of given the choice. It's like, well, I don't really have anything else going for me here in Cordova. So he joined the crew and has just been a member ever since. But he feels like basically, and like, yeah, he wouldn't have any like reservations or qualms, like, like docking in Cordova, or, like just going there, part of just different trips and voyages and stuff like that. But he feels like there's really nothing left for him there. So he doesn't really dwell on it, and it's just kind of, future looking, and feels like, he's going to take from the world what he feels like he deserves, because it took everything from him. So he's very much the, that pirate stereotype.
I would also say that probably because the captain does kind of like see Sigib as like kind of like a son a bit, he probably would forego making port in Cordova to not pour salt in the wound or anything like that. Probably the longest standing crew members, you guys have been most likely to Armesia. You've probably made port there a couple times, maybe Adelas once. Adelas is a really far journey. That's why you probably wouldn't, go all the way to Adalas, since it's all the way in the northern part of that continent. Armesia is just easier to make port, and Cordova is just too stuffy, too noble heavy.
Yeah. I sure as hell wouldn't want to go there either, for the record. Definitely not want to go
there. So I suppose that leaves how Bane and Iris join the crew. What specific turn of events led to them joining the crew, as they are the newest. So we've already heard about Cord, why he joined, and how the captain, took a chance on somebody with the black mark, and so far has paid off very well as in the eyes of the crew as well. So
you want to go first, Bane? You were on the ship before me, after all.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So something that Bane would probably talk about, she's not super chatty, but like, I'm sure that being on the ship for, 2 years, we've probably sat down over a couple of mugs of ale or something, was that she was also came over to Althea because of the cleansing. She was very young at the time, and she's still very young as far as like elves are concerned. She's only 196 at the moment. And yeah, so she was very young when she came over. She was on the ship that her clan/tribe was like crewing, being sea elves. Her parents among them, obviously, and they kind of ended up settling in the place. I think I got the pronunciation right. Duntra.
yes.
Beautiful. And so that's kind of where she grew up on a ship, came over, and then ended up kind of living on the docks and just kind of making trouble and hanging out. And yeah, she's traveled like a little bit because of the work that she does, but not too far. I suppose that's more for DM Nova to decide how far.
I would say Bane's travels have probably just kept her in and around Althea. You've been to both of the big islands.
Yeah.
When it comes to other islands, I mean, like you've probably been to Dragonmark at least once. And maybe have at least seen Kishan's Beacon, since you were, part of the first group to settle Althea. Kishan's Beacon was a big settle point for elves specifically.
I live there.
Specifically the Valinar settled Kishan's Beacon. And yeah, so you've been to a few places in Althea, but for the most part not extremely well traveled in Althea. So being a part of this pirate crew is definitely going to broaden your horizons.
Unintended.
Yes. And Iris?
It seems she's amongst a bunch of people that she likes, because she doesn't like to talk about her past much either. She spends much time in Umbra. She has a house there. Not a big one or anything fancy, just something she can lay her head down when she's back home, which hasn't been for a while. She was just doing some work here and there as a bard. She grew up in, God, what's the name? Lagoste, and she's done quite a bit of messing around in Port Coriel. But funny enough, her dad got her the job here. Apparently, her dad knows the captain or some such. She's not sure if they're on good terms or not, but she knows that one day she was reached out to, and she's on this ship for some reason or another.
Really needed a healer.
Did the last one die in a mysterious fire attack, or?
Well, if
Were
they
they a
did, it
prick?
wasn't me.
Were they a prick?
Yeah. Some say the prick got roasted. Some.
But she doesn't name names, and she doesn't talk in detail about things. All you know is that she's in the dark, apparently. Woo! She loves her father very much. She has very fond memories of him. She loves her mother, though she hasn't seen her in quite a while. She's about 44. She's got like brassy blonde hair. She's always doing this thing where if we find fake coins, she stabs them and then puts them in her hair. She's just a weirdo. And sometimes, because she has mentioned that she has been on a ship before and she does have some experience, she will mention that every once in a while her speech, she talks quite like this, but "tha" will sometimes turn into "dar."
Very
That's
good.
it.
Very good.
So if anyone's spending time in Umbra, then you know.
Yeah, if your travels ever took you to Umbra, it's possible you could have crossed paths with Iris before. Or if you ever were in Lagoste,
Port Coriol,
which each of you have at least made port there at least once.
Being a bard, would we have like seen you like perform at places or like?
Oh yes, although Iris has this weird habit of being good at being background noise. So she dresses in like faded reds and blacks and stuff. I love my son, but I swear to God. But she's very good at essentially being the lo-fi music of this world.
Dig it.
Yeah. Not a really outwardly performing bard, more of a just like chill just like ambiance bard.
Happy to not be the focus.
Exactly. I'm here and
That's
I
not
have
every
fun.
bard of you.
Well, you know what? I'm cute, all right? I don't need to be flashy. My presence is enough.
She's the healer. She's the healer. Calm down.
And
So-
I'm kind of making my background as I go. So if anything doesn't jive, just let me know.
Completely okay, and that's all, and that is also a respectable way to do it as well, because that means a lot of, there's a lot of fluidity, and stuff can be written in as it goes, as the story needs, and I do encourage everybody to have a bit of fluidity with their backstory as well. And a little bit of openness, which I think everybody has done very well, to be able to like throw stuff in there. And a lot of role playing is essentially just improv, so it's a lot of yes and, or sometimes no and. So I think we got a really good group on our hands, and I think now is time to reveal the map. Those of we all have already seen it, but this is for everybody else in Patreon. So I think revealing the map is a good idea. Let me go ahead and share my screen.
Drum roll.
And
Ta-da.
there it is. The map of Althea. As we can see, we've got two big land masses. We have some islands off around here. And we have Duntra, which is where Bane said that they settled. We have Kishan's Beacon, which is where Aregion has settled. Lagoste, where Iris is from, and Umbra, where Iris currently lives. Port Corial, that was also mentioned. And I don't know if Cord actually would tell people where he's from.
I am from the other side of the map, Trawler's Wharf, where
Trawler's Wharf.
I was basically from the age of 5 up until Valhalla found me. That's where I made my living as a con artist grifter out of survival.
And obviously we've got other places that haven't also been discussed yet. And I don't think Sigib really has a place really to call home here. He mostly, I guess, just keeps to the ship.
For the most part, or like if they're on board, I guess I'd say he's accustomed to staying in inns and taverns, or just if the captain or he knows people in a particular town or settlement, bunking with them or whatever, but he doesn't really have anywhere permanent, not since he left Cordova.
Mm-hmm.
Sean speaking's the closest I've found. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're fine.
Yeah, and I guess him just knowing the crew, I guess the ones that have been there for a while, he'd probably be familiar with most of the places, but there's nowhere that he calls home.
Right. So for all you in Patreon, this is the wonderful map of Althea, which everybody here has a claim to a lot of the naming, because again, Althea was a concept in my early writings of Arcadia, and it was never really fleshed out completely. So I'm glad that we finally get to flesh out this archipelago continent in more detail. It's I'm really excited to get into this campaign. It is sure to be one of high seas adventure, some crazy shenanigans, and who knows, it may make you cry. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll definitely find out what's going to happen within these 10 sessions. And if it's anything like the Mythos campaign, there may be a bonus live episode based on a character that, I don't know, dies in the first episode. I don't know.
Hopefully this one doesn't explode.
Who
Just
knows?
don't kill the cook. Those are hard to find.
But other than that, are there any other questions that anybody has?
Do any of
Do
us?
we... Sorry.
Mine was just a joke question. Did any of us know Chip's demo?
No.
I don't think we would know anything about Mythos, just canonically.
This is actually before the wall in Mythos was destroyed. So
I don't know what you're talking about. All of my walls are intact, thank you.
Are there any sort of, I guess, urban legends that any of us might have heard about Mythos, or is that not relevant?
I would say that you all understand that Mythos is technologically advanced. There's only one person who has been to Mythos and back, and that's Captain Greeneye.
Mm-hmm.
As the only person who has infiltrated, and he did it by himself.
Has that happened yet?
What a
He's already done it?
He has already done it at this point. He accomplished that feat roughly several months ago at this point.
Would we or would the captain know more about it? I guess since, the captain, I don't know, how close is he to Greeneye, if they were these two, preeminent pirates that were able to, codify, these rules. I assume the area was probably a little more, rough and tumble before the two of them. So like, are they close, or was it just like pure pragmatism that prompted them to work together, or like?
The captain would say that that Green Eye is a crazy, risk-taking son of a bitch. But he is also a good friend and a good man. That's what the captain would say, at least.
So that would be something for Iris to keep in mind, that connection, because she likes to keep that sort of thing in mind.
I
Yeah,
guess is the captain also the type where he doesn't delve too terribly much into the past, or would we all just realize like, oh, like he knows a Green Eye and we would just leave it at that?
Occasionally,
Similarly, I guess we wouldn't really like ask him much about his first name. Like, oh, why do you hate your first name so much? Like, we just get the idea, like, just not to ask. Like,
I was gonna ask if any of us had met Green Eye, which I guess not.
I would say at least Aregion and Sigib have met Green Eye.
Let's go.
At the very least. And let's see. When it comes to talking about Green Eye, the captain would only divulge information if he was in drink. Otherwise, he's a very stoic individual, doesn't really say much unless it's by way of command, or if he'll, speak with each of you like one-on-one. He does have that those moments where he will talk with each crew member individually. On the exterior, the captain is a very hardened individual, but I mean, he does have a sort of sentimentality to him.
at least for his crew and the things that matters, because at the end of the day, he's still a pirate.
Exactly. I mean, he's still, a black-hearted scallywag who commits crimes for profit. So, and
So like a pirate Robin Hood.
kind of, yeah. And you had a question as well.
Yeah, so kind of for all of us, do we have like written up character descriptions that we can kind of reference to and maybe send each other so we know what each other looks like? I have short-term memory, so I try and keep everything in notes.
I would suggest doing that if y'all
Character
like.
sheets have them, but
Yeah, I
we could see
definitely.
them, right?
I can just take a.
The character
Yeah.
sheet, when you view somebody else's character sheet, as we found out, it doesn't show any of that.
I mean, if I could just take a screenshot of the description and put it in the group chat, if that's cool.
That's also a good idea. You can take screenshots or just copy paste. And also, I believe Mythos, we talked about possible headshots as well.
Yes, I can do those with enough notice. So if you guys are wanting headshots for your characters, get that to me. I can do a little doodle of them. I'm not like guaranteeing anything fancy, but I can at least get something down if I have a couple weeks ahead of notice.
Because again, for those of you who don't know, Mythos is our official, unofficial character artist. The other character art for the main campaign characters hasn't been released yet because I wanted to release them all at the same time.
But life has been getting in the way, and I feel really bad about it.
Stuff happens, but I mean, Mythos isn't charging me, even though I want to pay her. She's not charging me, so I'm not rushing. Because be kind of a dick move to be like, can you hurry up with that thing that you said you do for free? That'd be kind of fucking rude. at least I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And in the end, if anyone wants to give me a tip of like a fine compliment or even perhaps a bottle of juice or Coke Zero, that would be enough for me. I'm a Coke Zero fiend. The way to my heart is through Coke Zero. So.
I got a bottle of crack and dark rum over here. Will that suffice?
Ooh, yes, I love that.
I misheard that. I thought you said a bottle of crack.
I
Crack.
totally thought he said
Dark
crack.
chocolate.
Yeah.
And
I got some crack over
Ooh.
here. Do you
Oh,
want
yeah,
I got
give
a
me
bottle
that.
of crack.
Give me
Is
that
that in a
crack.
bottle?
a little bit of crack.
No, crack and brand.
Yes.
Oh, another thing.
Very fitting.
I almost
Very
completely
fitting,
forgot. And I mean, I guess it's kind of apropos. There is tell in Althea of a secret order that essentially is rumored to run everything. There are multiple factions in play. There's the pirate faction, which has also their own factions within them. And then there is what's only known as the Syndicate. So it's considered and widely rumored that they're the ones who are like, they allow the pirates to exist because it drives up market prices. Because, you know, stealing of goods, then they can, you know, hike up prices because they're in short supply. But it is also said that the Syndicate knows everything. Don't know how, but they do. Literally everything that goes on all over Arcadia, they know. But again, nobody knows how or why, or even who the leader is. But that is a mystery that may be solved throughout this campaign on who's the leader of the Syndicate, or even what the Syndicate is. So part of that, you know, little story hook there, just, you know, maybe you guys can figure out this mystery. Who knows? Maybe you won't.
So we're like super sleuth shipmates.
Yeah. Guys
Hey.
are like all detectives.
Maybe we'll set the building blocks for someone to figure it out in the future. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. If the main campaign people, the dragons come to Althea and your building blocks were there and they just build off of that. Who knows?
It'd be pretty sweet.
All I know is I'm really excited for us to record on November 15th, I believe is the day. Let me make sure.
Oh, was
That's
it?
the day you keep telling me.
Yep, November 15th. Yes, November 15th.
By the time that we're recording on the 15th, daylight savings time would have hit. Yes.
Yes.
I believe so, yes.
Yes. This weekend they go back.
Okay. So that means that I'm in Arizona, so I'll
So it'll
be
be
an hour ahead of you.
Arizona I believe is the only state that doesn't keep.
Right, but we still have to go off of what everyone else does. So since ours doesn't change, everyone moves around us, so it can get really confusing.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, what time is it there right now?
Right now it's 7:41, so I'm on the same time as California time right now. But once it moves, I think that California will be an hour after.
Behind, yeah.
Or no, sorry, yeah, an hour behind. So if we're starting,
it'll be like if we would start recording at 4 p.m. Pacific time.
It'll be
So
5
for
PM
you, it'd
here.
be 5 p.m.
Okay. All right.
6
cool.
for
And
me.
that still works for you and everything.
Yeah, I'm essentially I'm requesting it week by week because my boss is being stupid and they can't stop me because I have enough PTO. So
Perfect.
If there's something funky where for some reason I'm only able to be there for like 2/3 of a session or something like that, I'll make sure that you're in the know. But for the most part, we should be all good.
All right. And if there does need to be any cancellations that need to happen, most importantly, at least the day before would be great.
Absolutely.
Would be great to know. This is just for everybody. If you need to cancel for any reason, that's 100% okay. We can always just, go to the next week and the week after that. If that's just how it happens. So we're going to try to get this done weekly, and it is going to be obviously 10 weeks, 10 sessions. I appreciate all of your commitment to this, and I really look forward to telling this story with you guys and seeing where it goes. You guys can definitely surprise me. It could go. I could think it'll go a certain way, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, just kidding. There's something else. Cue divine intervention. Oh yeah, or you accidentally sink the ship. Like
don't
now
think-
you're in the market for a new ship. Who knows?
I don't think any of us have divine intervention on our spell list, do they? Like nobody can get it.
And
so.
thank the gods that you don't. Because I mean, it was fun role playing a divine intervention, but I don't need to do that again. But who knows?
I have minor illusion, so I could. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I have minor illusion, so I could pretend to do a divine intervention.
Pretend to do a divine intervention.
With prestidigitation, I think I could technically turn water into wine. So
okay, Jesus.
we can just start a cult.
Wait,
Jesus
what? We got,
Just
we got
Jesus
Jesus on the
Christ.
crew. We got Jesus on the crew.
Jesus Christ.
yeah. Screw the whole pirate adventure. Let's just start a cult.
Like my deception's high enough. I think we could.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Cult of
We'll just
Sigib
keep it
has
on
a
the
nice
down.
ring to it. Has a nice ring to it.
But also, who knows? Your actions could affect the greater world of Arcadia.
Don't you put that evil on me.
Obviously it has in the past. I mean, we have only one side campaign to go off of. But if it's just like the MO of this community so far that I've noticed, and we could keep it going, but don't feel pressured to, make those big changes. Feel pressured to have fun. Yeah, that sounds about right, I guess.
Oh no.
Better have fun.
Have fun, damn it.
Have fun, or you don't get to use my beard art, dude.
Hey.
Hey!
It's right there, dude. It's right. It works. It works.
I have see invisibility, so can I can cast that and then pretend I'm seeing like the Holy Ghost.
Oh my God.
God.
Oh my God, you guys are gonna start a cult, aren't you?
Well, hold on. Let's see. With the
Cult of
my ability
coin?
to control water, I can turn the water like purple, and then I can just make it taste like wine.
You could
I
be a
think we
reverse. You could be a
I think
reverse
we could.
Jesus.
Yeah, we could totally start a cult.
All right, let me just move on over to the campaign. Delete.
I literally have a spell called tongues, guys. I'll be speaking in tongues like they do in church.
Oh, I thought that meant tongues, like to pick up like ice cubes and stuff. Oh.
Oh yes, I'm just gonna
tongs.
go bleh. Pick up ice cubes.
That'd be so great if you just rolled credits right as you said that. Rico's like, delete?
And delete.
Turns out the world
Just-
will not be seeing the cult of Dickus.
Yeah, just do like a like an Always Sunny like cut where it's like the gang starts a cult.
Or,
Oh my God.
or play
Perfect.
the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme.
Dum, bum, bum,
Seinfeld.
But yeah, I'm really excited for this group, and I hope you all out there are excited as well, because Legend of Arcadia episode Althea will be sailing to a Twitch stream near you soon. And until then, there are 20 sides to every story. Come and be a part of ours. Thank you. Good night. We love you, Patreon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I love that you're all gray.